Hello, good evening. This is Brother Benson Media, and we are also live on our sister channel, Kikao na Sauti. And over here, we do say that your opinion counts. If you are watching for the first time, we request that you kindly like and subscribe because if you do so, as usual, tutasema ni asante. And before we start, today I want us to just have a look at what is happening in the Republic of Kenya. More of it is the political trending news. That is what partly I want us to have a look at this evening. And before we start, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome everyone who will be joining and to remind you that, as usual, over here, we do discuss issues or political issues, not just political, but all matters which partly affects our daily lives. So as you'll be coming, we request that you kindly like and subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us, na sisi hapa tutasema ni asante. And I'm waiting for our good friend Msimamo to join so that we can have a conversation together. And if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from, and you can as well, we invite you to participate. Give us your views at the comment section. I can see our good friend Laban at the comment section. Thank you so much, Laban, for finding time to join us this evening. We really appreciate. I can see Laban is saying two-term. As usual, Laban is the ambassador of two-term. He has his reasons as to why he's speaking about two-term. But some of us do not subscribe to whichever political alignment that are currently here in the Republic of Kenya. Thank you so much, Laban, for finding time. We appreciate. You can engage us at the comment section. We will appreciate. Today, I want us to have a discussion, just like I'd mentioned, about power, the issue of power in the Republic of Kenya. We've had leaders, and we've seen leaders like Dr. Buru speaking about power. So power is one of those serious conversations that politicians are trying to bring forth. Some of them, there are issues of realignment, there are issues of political pressure here and there. All of that is being brought about by, them looking for power. And as I start, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you back to Brother Benson Media and Kikao na Sauti. It's, of course, I'm your host, Marco Bura. Kenya is boiling politically. We are seeing alliances are shifting, warnings are flying, conclave are happening behind closed doors. And 2027 is literally, or is already casting along a shadow over everything. So from State House to Amunyoro, we are seeing them. We are seeing the president busy at the State House doing what he's doing. The deputy is also busy at the deputy president's residence doing what he's doing. We are also seeing oppositions like Gachagua at his Wamunyoro residence also doing what he's doing. Yeah, from from ODM, we are also seeing them doing what they're doing. Kalonzo is also rising coalitions. And so the chessboard is moving fast. So tonight, we break down everything trending in Kenya's political scene, where we will tackle the President Ruto, Kalonzo, Sifuna, Gachagua, and of course the government versus opposition battles that are shaping our future politics. And as I still wait for Msimamo to join, thank you so much. Laban is saying two-term government has intensified development in Kenya until people don't want it because of overworking. Okay, that is your opinion, Simamo. Allow me to welcome Simamo. And Simamo, you're welcome. You can come and give us, just say hi before we get to the discussion of today. Yes,
Unanipata nani Mark?
yes, yes, proceed.
Hali yako hapo studio?
Niko salama, nashukuru.
Sasa salamu kwa Laban huko upande wa pili na wengine ambao wanatufuatilia. Basi nipo leo kwa kuona vile ambavyo tutazungumza, kile nitajaliwa, basi itachangia. Kwa hivyo kazi kwako ndugu yangu Mark. Kwa hivyo narudi kwako sasa, niambia tuzungumzie nini, utaulizwa swali, kama kuna maswali nitajaliwa kujibu, basi nitajachangia na mimi, ili mimi miongoni mwa wale wana mageuzi ambao haswa wanalitakia taifa lao mema na kuhakikisha kwamba haya yanayotusibu basi mengine huenda mengi ya mengine haswa baadhi yakapata suluhu. Unajua hii ni revolution nyingine ya tatu kuliko ile ya kwanza na ya pili. Sasa hii ni ya tatu, hii ni ya kiuchumi, kwa sababu kama ni vyama tulipigania vipo, katiba nini tukapigania na everything. So hapa tulipokunapo sasa ni kwa uchumi na kuona taifa linasonga mbele zaidi. Kwa hiyo kwako ndugu yangu
Thank you so much, Bwana Msimamo, for finding time to join us. And I hope that you can hear me clearly. And so let us start. We are seeing a situation where President Ruto is under pressure. Is the man at the center of Kenyan political storm. President Ruto rose to grassroots politics. He started from the lowest. We are being told he was a councillor, a member of parliament, minister, deputy president, and now the president. He has built his brand on the hustler narrative, positioning himself as the champion of the champion of ordinary Kenyans. His Kenya Kwanza coalition brought together, of course, the UDA, the ANC, Ford Kenya, and many smaller political parties. And currently is trying his level best to ensure that he brings more. He has started with ODM, and that, of course, has led to, division within ODM, where we are seeing quite a number of people having their different views and different stance. The current pressure more so is getting from the Gen Z's activism, where of course starting from 2024, something that was unexpected happened. 2025 it happened. 2026 we just witnessed that protest, which are changing the political landscape in the Republic of Kenya. The youths are demanding transparency, accountability, and even end of corruption. Ruto's government, according to this Gen Z activism, they're saying that Ruto's government is slow in responding to matters that they are raising. Something else that is the president is finding pressure on is the economic frustration. There is high living cost in the Republic of Kenya, and that is a serious concern amongst the people of Kenya. There is a high taxation debate, which is also happening. There are so many delayed government projects, which people are demanding for their completion before they make, the decisions that they're going to make in the coming days or in the coming years. We're also seeing internal cracks within government. Gachagua left, and there has been a serious rebellion within the Mount Kenya, where leaders feel sidelined. On the other side, there's ODM cooperation tension, where The Raila handshake style cooperation with Ruto caused friction within ODM. We are having two factions of ODM. One, of course, led by Sifuna, Orengo, and Babu, and the other led by Dr. Buru. The other pressure that is having is the Sifuna, Orengo, and the others who feel that ODM is losing its identity. And so, my question to you, Bwana Msimamo, Ruto is walking in a very tightrope, balancing governance, public pressure, and the reality that 2027 is no longer far. And every move he makes is being watched closely. My question to you, Bwana Msimamo, is do you think Ruto's government is becoming more defensive, or is it simply maintaining order? In your own way, in your own version, Bwana Msimamo? Msimamo, are you there? Kindly, you are, I don't know why.
Yeah, kizungu najua ndugu yangu sio ngine kilikuja na meli. So kusema msimamo, do you think Ruto government it is defensive or it is what? Umeniuliza maswali mawili hayo kizungu hapo kidogo ikanichanganya,
Okay.
kwa sababu sio kwamba is it defensive and vipi?
Swali nimeuliza hivi, do you think Ruto's government is becoming more defensive, or is it simply maintaining order?
Hapo ndo nimechanganyikiwa sasa. Hii defensive sijaelewa na hii order sijaelewa, kwa sababu
Okay, sir, let me give a breakdown on it. A simple breakdown so that you can give us your views very fast. Like I've said, we are at a point where the president is under a lot of pressure from the people of Kenya.
I know very well.
Is under pressure from the Gen Z activism. You've known what they've done. There is a lot of economic frustration where people are left, right, and center saying that there is high cost, high taxation, delayed government projects, and they are saying that these things has to be delivered before they make another, another decision. There is also cracks where you can, very well, the majority of Mount Kenya leaders are feeling sidelined, while others are still within the government. All these are pressure that the president is facing. There's also the issue of ODM, where there are two factions of ODM, making it tough for him. So what we are talking about here is he is finding it tough to balance the governance. Remember, he is the president. Things to do with governance, it is him who has to, officiate. The public pressure is too much, just like I've given to you. I've listed to you. And again, the reality that 2027 is no longer far. You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, brother. Very well indeed.
Yeah, so my question to you is, as you know, balancing governance and public pressure, and the reality that 2027 is no longer far. Every move he makes is watched closely.
The reality is, since the beginning of this regime, walianza na kimavi huko tunasema na nuks na kimavi. Ukitazama yale walituletea kwa mpigo, tayari Wakenya walipigwa na butua. Wakumbuka enzi za JMO. So hili ni kwa sababu moja tu, kwamba Mungu hachanganyi na hatajwi pasipo stahili. Hawa walisema kwamba ni mapenzi ya maombi na mapenzi ya Mungu, lakini mwisho wa siku si hivyo, kwa sababu kama ni mapenzi kwa kweli haswa ya Mungu, basi upenzi ule unawajaa mpaka wananchi. So unakuta kwamba unachokipanga basi kinafanikika, wanakikubali wananchi pasipo
Okay, I don't know what has happened. Simama simply he has left before giving us his views more so on the question that I've just asked him. But as we wait for him, allow me to just give my views and possibly proceed. Just like I've said, the president is, of course, facing it tough. He's going through a lot currently because he's walking on a very tight rope, and there's much that he has to deal with in matters of ensuring that he does balancing within the governance. He has to deal with the public pressure, which some of it, of course, is coming from the young people or the youths of the republic. We've seen them from 2024, 2025. We just saw them the other day. They are consistent with their protest, and all these are serious challenges that the president has to deal with. And being that he is dealing with all this, they are also demanding for transparency. They are also demanding for accountability and the end of corruption. So the president has to do a lot, because if he doesn't partly listen or give an ear to this particular generation, then the end game would be consistent demonstration. So he has to do a lot of balancing over here, and it is not easy. The other thing is, of course, the economic frustration, where there is high cost of living that every Kenyan within wherever they are, there's a lot of complaints here and there. The question they are asking is, what is not happening? Why is it that there is high cost of living within the Republic of Kenya? The expectation is, as per what the president had promised earlier, that the cost of living would reduce. Remember, the president came out and spoke about maybe the cost of gas, the cost of buying a cylinder, and he even quoted a certain amount. All these things are some of the questions that people are asking, because the worry is, instead of this, the cost of these particular items or products getting lower, what we are seeing is there is what I can call skyrocketing. And it is becoming a serious challenge that people are finding it tough to partly move around. The issue of tax was spoken about the other day, even at the parliament. It is still increasing. It is, getting too high on a daily basis. The cost of operating or running a business in the Republic of Kenya is so high, and you know, there is no profit that majority of people in business are getting, and it is a serious concern that they've been raising. There is issues, of course, of delayed government projects here and there, which is, of course, slowing the economic growth in different parts of the Republic of Kenya. The other thing that he has to deal with is the internal cracks within the government, where, of course, quite a number of leaders, most of the Mount Kenya region, majority of the people who had supported him are currently not supporting him, and that is a serious setback for him, because he has to try his level best to ensure that he does something to that particular region, so that he partly gets the attention as he is working towards getting, or asking for second at I mean support in his second attempt. The other issue that is also finding not easy is the ODM and the tensions that they are having here and there. We've seen there are two factions within ODM, and the two factions are making it a little bit tough for him, to operate, because there's a group that is, pulling them back, but then there's a group that is also saying that, has we are here. So it is not easy for him, and those are some of the pressures or the challenges or the difficult balances that he has to work or to deal with in his way of trying to balance the governance and all this. Msimamo, I don't know whether you had finished your views on the same. msimamo. Okay, thank you so much. And the second thing that I wanted to,
Unanipata?
yes, proceed.
So ulikuwa nimesema nitakuja kusema kwamba Mungu hatajwi tu pasipostahili. So hapa ndo tunathibitisha, je, ni serikali ambayo kwa kweli ni maombi kama walivyotangulia kutuambia ama ni tofauti? Kwa hiyo sasa hivi ni ule utofauti, kwa sababu panapopapaswa basi inakuwa ni panateleza, si moja, si mbili, si tatu, si nne. Kila jambo swala linalopapaswa basi mpaka kutepateleze, na ndio maana iko kwa pressure tu, yani sasa hivi ni pressure tu, maana wanapotapatapa sipo. Waliona labda pengine kwa kuondoka Mheshimiwa Odinga, basi labda ODM ingefanya mambo mazuri. Imegawika mara mbili. Mlima nayo wakitoa Gachagua wakileta Kindiki, basi mlima watakubali, kwa sababu ni mlima wote hapa imekuwa utofauti, mlima umegawika. Gachagua amesha dominate huko, so unakuta kwamba, na si jambo hilo tu, hiyo ni mfano tu kidogo na mambo mengi. So kwa kweli Mungu si dhalimu kiasi kwamba mtaje tu vivi hivi kuweza kumfanyia siasa. Kweli kama imechaguliwa na Mungu, basi ingekuwa na upenzi na wananchi, na wanachokifanya haangekuwa na haja wakikunadi kama wanavyonadi kwamba wao wamefanya kazi nyingi, kama anavyozungumza ndugu yangu labda ni hapa kwamba government imefanya kazi nyingi sana. Ipi? Kwa sababu kama ni hizo manyumba hatujakuwa na uhakika nazo kwamba hizo nyumba si za mtu binafsi. Kama ni viwanja, kabla tuende kwa kiwanja kwanza, wale wanaokwenda hapa kwenda kutazama na wale wanakwenda kucheza kwanza, wawe kwanza kuna kande nyumbani, ama kuna chakula nyumbani, ama kuna hela ile inazunguka iko mfukoni. So kama hela umeshaibana, hiyo kiwanja hata ukinitengenezea nitakwenda kuangalia bure, na siwezi toka hapa kwenda hapo kwa kiwanja kama sina shilingi. So kuna vitu ambavyo kwa kweli hawa wanajiweka wako busy navyo kwamba vinatajwa hapa, lakini sivyo ambavyo mwananchi wa kawaida alivitegemea kutoka kwa hii serikali ambayo ilijipiga kifua mno hadi kuweza kuponda Mheshimiwa Uhuru, ama serikali ya Uhuru ndani kwa ndani, wakiwa makamu wa rais, wakajipa opposition kwa serikali hiyo waliotengeneza kwa pamoja, na Wakenya wengi hususa Gen Z wakaamini kwamba huu ndio ukombozi sasa hivi, kwa sababu bwana katoka kwenye kuuza mahindi na kuku. Kwa hiyo ni mtu ambaye atatuelewa, hataweza kutuangusha kwa sababu anatoka kwenye shida, but ni tofauti. So ndio unakuta kwamba kujilinda lazima, kila kinachofanyika sasa hivi ni order. Tunaona order itoke kutoka kwa nini. Sasa tumeregeshwa ambapo si mahali ambako siko kabisa, kwa kukosa kujiamini. Unaona, kwa sababu kila kukicha upenzi unashuka, na wanapopapasa kila kitu kinaanguka mazima. ODM ndio tumezungumzia, imegawika mara mbili, na hiyo iliyobaki kwa broad based government nayo pia ukiangalia sasa hivi inayumba kama jino bovu. Unaona, mlima ndio huo sasa nao ushatema, alafu na ukiangalia Nyanza Kisii, hiyo yote ukirudi hivyo western imeshatema. Unaona, eastern huko kuna wenyewe wametulia kina Kalonzo. Unakuta kwamba labda coast na huko northeastern, na tena hapo napo ni kwa viongozi wala si wananchi. So kwa kweli kuwa na wasiwasi, lazima wasiwasi uwepo, na wakitazama siku zimebaki ni kidogo mno. Kwa hiyo kaka Mark, si kwa lingine, ni kule kujienua zaidi, na siku zote mwenye kujienua basi hushushwa chini na mwisho wa siku pia kukinyagwa. Asante.
Okay, thank you. And thank you so much for your views. And we are seeing Kalonzo's rise. And so let's talk about the man who has quietly become partly the center of opposition politics, Stephen Kalonzo. And Stephen Kalonzo was former vice president under Kibaki's government. He has been a foreign minister, a long time Wiper Party leader. He's known for diplomacy. He is a calm. I mean, his calmness and again negotiation skills that he is also part of his background. So Kalonzo is an opposition mediator, trusted by both the camp of Gachagua and, of course, the camp of Matiang'i and the other leaders within the opposition. He's seen as the acceptable compromise candidate over here. And, the polls, like the TIFA, has always shown that Kalonzo Sifuna ticket is one of the preferred tickets amongst the opposition supporters. He's warning the government not to touch Rigathi Gachagua based on what the government has been up to of late. If you can remember, I wanted to this a point at which you remember when these issues of demonstrations were here and there was a lot of tension. There was a lot of leaders speaking here and there, and Kalonzo is coming out to tell the government not to touch Rigathi Gachagua, and if is supposed to be touched, then the president should touch all of them within the opposition. He defended Rigathi Gachagua and, of course, Matiang'i, and this, of course, is signaling a united opposition front. So TIFA shows that Kalonzo Sifuna ticket is the most preferred among the opposition supporters. And this, like I'd said, is because of his calm, diplomatic style appealing to the voters. So my question again to you, Simamo, is Kalonzo has quietly become the glue holding the oppositions together. He's holding, quite a number of opposition leaders, including your party leader. He's not loud, but he's effective. And that's why both sides are keeping gravitating towards him. So my question to you, Bwana Msimamo, is Kalonzo the real opposition leader currently, or what would be, what would be your view on this particular, uh, you know, in this particular scenario, Bwana Msimamo?
Kwa kweli kakaangu Maka, asante kwa swali hilo, na sitaki kuwa na haraka ya goti kwa sababu hawajatangaza rasmi, lakini lisemalo lipo na kama lipo linjiani laja. Hiyo ni kauli ya wahenga tangia jadi. Si vibaya kimtazamo wangu kwamba ashikilie hiyo doketi ya party leader, kwa sababu tajriba hiyo anayo, ukomavu wa kisiasa anao, umekuwa katika hii anga for long, lakini vile vile hana kasoro mingi, hususan katika masuala na corruption, ufisadi ule na ufujaji wa mali ya umma. So unagundua fika kwamba ni mtu ambaye anapenda mazungumzo pindi panapokuwa na jambo ambalo aliendi sawa. Utofauti hauachi, kama kasoro haziachi kwa kiongozi kama waliomzoea watu kumuita watermelon kwa kupita katikati, lakini wakupita katikati ila hana kasoro upande huo wa mali ya umma, nadhani ni bora huyo. So for me, naweza nikasema ticket ya Sifuna na Kalonzo inatija mno, na inaiomba haswa wakiweka rasmi iwe iko hivyo, maana mapenzi ya Wakenya wako hapo kwa Sifuna as deputy president, Kalonzo as president. Wakenya wengi wako hapo, unaona, tofauti na hawa wengine. Pili, kwa swala la kutetea Gachagua ni sawa, ni haki yake. Hii Gachagua atakuwa anamshakia kwa lipi? Kwa kuweza kujua kweli na kuzungumza kweli yao kwa Wakenya waisikie, ama ni nini? So kwa kumgusa Gachagua, kwa kweli watakuwa wamegusa upande huo wote wa opposition, na hususan wale ambao wana sera sawia na zao. Kwa hiyo hili mimi naweza ngalizungumzia hivyo kakangu Mark kwamba sina shaka akiwa kiongozi wa opposition kwa sasa, lakini na sina shaka pia kwa tiketi ya yeye na Sifuna kuweza kusimama swadebeni pale 2027 kukabiliana na Mheshimiwa Ruto. Unaona, nafikiri mimi naweza nikaleka katika hiyo hali. Unaona, maana if you work as a team, kuna hiyo uhitaji wa kuwa bond pamoja na kujaliana na kuhesabiana bora. So naona kwa kauli hii ya kuweza kusema kumgusa Gachagua, mmegusa na ile position, it means wakikaa kwa meza wanazungumza kwa sauti moja na wako na mipango na malengo. So kwa kumgusa mmoja, basi utakuwa umegusa wote. Maana ni sawasawa na vidole vya mkononi hivi, kimoja kikiuma vidole vingine vyote havina kazi, ama kimoja kikiondoka hapo, basi kinalazimika mkono huo kupunguza haswa ule uhuru uliokuwa nao haswa kufanya kazi, basi itabidi sasa vidole vingine vile visaidiane kwa nguvu kufanikisha haswa zoezi hilo pindi litakapotokea. Kwa hiyo ni vizuri haswa kutoa hiyo tahadhari kama kiongozi ambaye ana tajriba, amekaa katika ulingo wa siasa kwa muda. Unaona, kwa hiyo ni sawa kuteteana wao kwa wao, kwa sababu lazima wahesabiane bora, ili mwisho wa siku watu kumalizie ile ahadi ambao wote wamezungumza kwamba whoever watambackup watamsimamisha, basi wote wataweza kumbackup. Unaona, kwa hiyo sina shaka na hapo nitalijibia katika hiyo hali kakangu Maka. Asante.
Okay, thank you, Msimamo. And something else that you can give us your view on is the issue of Sifuna rising, the Sifuna's rising star. That some people are saying it is just there for some time. It is going to fade away, but some people are saying no. She's the best. She's the most productive. I mean, is the most loved and the most courageous. So Edwin Sifuna is the man energizing the youth, shaking ODM from the inside. Edwin Sifuna is a lawyer, Secretary General of ODM, Senator of Nairobi. He's known for sharp communication, humor, and of course, fearless criticism. Why is Edwin Sifuna trending? Number one, his youth appeal. Gen Z and urban voters love his boldness. He speaks directly and clearly. When you look at the ODM internal wars, where ODM is split into two, Raila's, there's a side that is led by Dr. Oburu, cooperating with the government and working with the government, and then there's the Linda Mwananchi, that is led by Sifuna, Osotsi, Orengo, Babu, and all those. So Sifuna is pushing ODM to fully return to opposition. The other thing is a potential running mate. Polls have shown, like I'd said, that Sifuna is the strongest running mate for Kalonzo. So Sifuna represents a new generation of opposition politics. Bold, articulate, and of course, unafraid to call out both government and his own party. We've seen that. So my question to you, Bwana Msimamo, is Sifuna ready for national leadership, or does he need more time? Msimamo.
Ya nakupata kaka, lakini sijalipata vizuri swali.
Swali langu,
Mhm.
is Sifuna ready for national leadership or does he need more time?
He fits for national leadership. He fits. Kenyans have decided he fits. So there's no other time. Tunasubiri nini? Wacha ende hapo aingie kwa running mate, then kutoka pale amejikuza. After hapo atakuwa na nafasi ya kufika pale malengo ambapo eh, atakuwa mahali ambapo atakuwa amefikia, lakini awe haswa katika part and parcel ya hii safari ya bwana Zakayo kwenda nyumbani. So sidhani kama tunahitaji haswa Kenya muda mwingine zaidi, kwa sababu sidhani kama kutakuwa na mabadiliko mengine. Kuna ni mtu anazungumza paruanja popote pale bila uoga. So hii ameteka vijana, ameteka wazee, ameteka kila rika. So kama kwa hali hii basi ana fit kuweza kugombania kiti hicho ama kuweza kusimama kama running mate wa mmoja wao katika United Opposition. Then after hapo tajigusa 2032 atafanya maamuzi yake kama atakwenda kwa urais wala nguli. But for the time being kwanza ajikuzie hapa, kwa sababu siku zote njaa basi huanza uji. Kutoka kwa njaa ili watu waseme njaa imeisha, maana mavuno yamepatikana, basi ni kuanza aswa kunywa uji. Basi hiyo ni ishara wazi kwamba njaa imeshaanza kutoka. Kwa hiyo kwa hali hii sidhani kama kuna muda, mimi kimtazamo wangu na feel asimame aswa kama running mate. Hiyo ndio mitazamo yangu ambayo mimi nafikiria juu ya huyu kijana yetu Sifuna. Mara kama ni upenzi, anapendwa kokote katika hili bara, katika hili taifa letu lote. Si Coast, si wapi, every pote walipotia kiguu basi tumeshuhudia aswa wananchi wenyewe. So kwa hili hii anafit, si ati apewe muda ama tumwambie kaa kwanza mpaka kipindi fulani, hapana. Na mwisho pia ni lazima kwamba naone ni heri haswa hapo, kwa sababu atusaidia haswa katika angalau haswa kupumzishwa huu mzigo ambao tumetiwa kama wananchi, kwamba hele imekuwa ujanja mno kuweza kuikamata mkononi, na ukikamata ndio hiyo inaenda kama moshi. At least wa Kenya ni wakati ambao wameamua, na mimi pia naamini kwamba hahitaji tena muda. Hata akisema atagombania urais, wacha ajaribu. Akianguka asichoke, 2032 arudi. But hapo kwa position, kama watashikana na Kalonzo ama watashikana na Matiang'i, but tunauhitaji kwenye top leadership because he deserves such a position according to what I'm creating on my mental view. Asante.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Simama, for your take and, of course, for giving us your views. And, something else that I wanted us to have a discussion on is the issue of Gachagwa's rebellion. Gachagua is the man who has really shaken UDA from the inside. Rigathi Gachagua was a former district officer, that is the DO. He has ever worked as a personal assistant to the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. He's a former member of parliament of Mabeira. He became deputy president under President William Samoei Ruto in 2022. Then after a year or so, after 2 years, he was impeached. Why is Gachagua rebelling? Number one, Rigathi Gachagua is feeling sidelined, and he's claiming that Ruto's inner circle is ignoring the Mount Kenya interest. Again, he's saying that the Mount Kenya has grievances, where he says that region feels economically neglected, and Gachagua positions himself as the defender of the Mount Kenya region. We've seen him holding quite a number of closed door meetings at Wamunyoro residence, and his faction settled on supporting any other leader that the opposition will decide on in 2027. Again, there's Gachagua versus Matiang'i rivalry, where These are two very powerful camps. Rigathi Gachagua is partly coming out to be supporting Kalonzo, while Matiang'i's camp is more of supporting the side of Uhuru, Kenyatta, Orengo, Natembeya, Karua, and of course Munya. Remember, Karua and Munya are also coming from the Mount Kenya region. So Rigathi Gachagua is playing a long game. He knows that Mount Kenya cannot afford political isolation. His support for Kalonzo is also strategic, and it puts pressure on both Ruto, on both other opposition leaders, and of course, to the president as well. So my question is, does Gashagua's endorsement of Kalonzo, because we have seen him coming out to partly endorse Kalonzo as the best out of all those leaders, but sometimes he also comes out to say that, Kalonzo is, I mean, that position is for everyone within the opposition, and he's also looking for that particular position. So maswali yangu kwako bwana Msimamo is, does Gachagwa's endorsement of Kalonzo change the Mount Kenya equation? Msimamo, if you are there.
Yes, I'm still here. So unamaanisha kwamba yani, sijalisoma poa hili swali. Amesema Kalonzo sijui kwamba anaweza kuwa akiungana na Mlima kwamba labda pengine, yani sijalipata vizuri aswa kwa kweli Mark. Not only, I beg you kindly to ask it as such this question again so as nilielewe vizuri.
The question is, I've given you a narration and I've said that Kalonzo is playing a long game. He knows that Mount Kenya cannot afford political isolation. And his support for Kalonzo is strategic because he knows very well that the Kamba votes, and partly if they settle on Kalonzo, according to his version, or according to what he has always been saying, is that Kambas are brothers to the Mount Kenya. That is what he has always said. And according to him, that is putting them at a better position, according to his statement. So my question to you is, does his endorsement of Kalonzo change the Mount Kenya equation, and how does it affect the supporters of William Samoei Ruto within the Mount Kenya?
Yeah, hii ita affect upande huo kwa sababu Wakamba na Wakikuyu hawezi achana na wametoka mbali kihistoria, kumbuka enzi za Gema. So kwa hii safari ambayo ameweka ni ya one time, inahitaji mmoja, kwa sidhani kama kutakuwa kuna athari yoyote ile upande wao. Labda athari sasa ni kwa UDA kuweza kujiuza na kujinadi na kutengeneza ule uaminifu ambao Mlima waliweza wakapeana kuamua kwamba piga hao, lakini huyu jamaa atasimama. So kwa kumwondoa Gachagua walifanya makosa makubwa, kwa sababu ni sawasawa tu na Sifuna alipoondolewa, walifanya tena makosa makubwa. So for real, kosa na kosa alileta jawabu, na wacha tuone kizungumkuti kitakwendaje kimtazamo wangu, lakini hakuna athari yoyote ile upande wa United Opposition zaidi ya upande huu wa serikali ambao athari ipo because ya watu hawapo na wao. Sasa kama watu wako upande huu, basi hiyo inatosha, ishara wazi ndugu yangu Mark. Kwa hivyo sidhani kama kuna athari yoyote kwa mtazamo wangu, haswa upande huo wa United Opposition. Athari iko kwa upande wa serikali, kwa sababu kila uchao wana lose watu, ile trust inaondoka kwa sababu ya utendaji kazi haswa ambao upo. Yale ambayo ni ya msingi ya afya nini inakuwa ngumu kuweza kuwa sex, then inakuwa ni siasa kwa kila jambo lenye limeagizwa hapo, na sauti ya mmoja tu ikubalike katika ile taifa, which hiyo ndio kitu ambacho kinawamaliza zaidi. So for real, I don't see whether kwamba kutakuwa na athari yoyote ya au kuungana wakiungana kwanza ni vizuri zaidi, kwa sababu kura zitakuwa zimestick. Tunaipika mlima ikikubaliana na upande huo wa Ukambani, hizo kura tu zinatosha kuweza kuokota okota kule kwingine na ushindi ukapatikana tena wa kishindo mno. Kwa hivyo nitalijibu katika hiyo hali, kaka yangu Mark, back to you.
Yeah, thank you. And I think my last question to you would be: we are seeing the government side versus the opposition side. And let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The government versus opposition battles battle shaping Kenya's future. And Kenya's political climate today, we've seen that there is high tension between the government and the opposition. We are seeing Gen Z's activism reshaping political expectations, where there's a lot. Some of them are on the opposition, some of them are on the government side, and majority of them are saying that, they are all presenting their issues and speaking about their issues. We're also seeing media freedom concerns rising within the Republic and also even in East Africa. We've seen a lot of threats to the media houses here and there. We're also seeing civil society pushing for reforms within the Republic, that there are so many things that the Constitution is not giving a good clarification and that they need those particular reforms. But the biggest opposition main challenge is lack of unity, as you are aware. There's also rival camps fighting for dominance, whether it is Rigathi Gachagua, whether it is Kalonzo, whether it is Karua, whether it is Sifuna's side. You know, there's much. And again, the main government challenges are also issues to do with public dissatisfaction, where majority are always dissatisfied and now things are being run by the government. There are also quite a number of internal cracks. And like I'd mentioned before, there's also economic pressure. So my question to you is, Bwana Msimambo, Kenya is entering a new era a new political era. Coalitions are are coming up, leaders are repositioning and even changing alliances, and voters are unpredictable, very unpredictable. And remember, the Gen Zs are also coming here. So, what are your views about the government versus the opposition, and what is the way forward? Msimamo.
Yes, ndugu yangu, ni kwamba uh,
Okay. So, thank you. And I just give a brief on that particular conversation. More so, like I've mentioned, there's a lot of pressure or a lot of conflict between the government and the opposition. It is a serious issue that is partly affecting the people of Kenya and so many operations within the Republic. So, Kenya's political climate, like I've said, there is high tension between the government and the opposition. There's a lot of activism by the Gen Zs. Most of them are getting to the streets, speaking about issues which are partly reshaping the political expectations. Media freedom is a serious concern. We've seen some media is also being fought, and they're also fighting back for their freedom and all that. Civil society is pushing for reforms. We've seen them coming up, raising serious issues that needs to be relooked into. Like I've said, the oppositions are also fighting with lack of unity, where amongst themselves some of them wants to dominate, while others want to take power. So there's that particular lack of unity. And of course, the fighting comes where each of them wants to be relevant, each of them wants to be heard. That is a serious challenge on the opposition side. The government side, majority people keep saying that they're dissatisfied, and now the government is being run. They are dissatisfied on the delivery process. The economic pressure is also here. People expect much. People expect an easy environment for them to to operate. But issues to do with taxations are too high, and it is becoming an issue. It is becoming a serious issue amongst the people of Kenya. So these are just part of some challenges. So I would say that Kenya is entering a new political era where, of course, coalitions are fluid, leaders are repositioning. We've seen quite a number of them, some of them joining the government side, some of them joining the opposition. And of course, the voters are also very unpredictable. Remember, this is the first time we've seen young people getting to the street, most of the so-called Gen Zs. And it is so tough to know which side they will vote. So there's a lot of speculations here and there. There's a lot of uh, people having their different version on what to expect. That is, of course, very unpredictable and very confusing. So ours is, of course, to wait and see what is going to happen in the coming general election, and not forgetting there is also the issues of civil societies pushing for reforms. We've also seen internal cracks within the opposition and, of course, within the government side. So these are some serious issues that they need to resolve before they get to the battle of 2027. And before we end, allow me to just acknowledge and to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us. And if you're watching for the first time, as usual, we do say that your opinion counts. You can like, subscribe, and partly, give us your views again at the comment section. And as usual, we will always be grateful. And allow me to mention by name our good supporters who joined: Judith, Laban, and everyone else who joined. And of course, there was Ento Kate and many others who joined. Thank you so much. We really appreciate, and we say a big thank you to your consistent support. If you are watching for the first time, we request that you kindly like and subscribe, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us, na sisi hapa tutasema ni asante. I would like to just get to the bottom line. And as we move closer to 2027, the political temperature will only rise. Ruto is consolidating, Kalonzo is mediating, Sifuna is rising, Rigathi Gachagua is recalibrating. Kenyans' political future is being shaped right now in boardrooms. We've seen quite a number of meetings similar to the ones that we are seeing in Wamunyoro. Rallies, we are seeing quite a number again going on, and some of them are also happening online, in online spaces. So Kenyans, stay informed, stay engaged, and again, stay aware. Who looks strongest today between Ruto, Kalonzo, Sifuna, and Gachagua? Who is getting the attention from the people? And which coalition do you think will survive until 2027? Let me know your thoughts Let me hear from you. And that, of course, would be a question that many Kenyans are really asking for. Yeah, so it was a nice time having conversation with you. It was a nice time, of course, interacting. We really appreciate your time and, of course, your presence. I want to just take this opportunity to now wish you all well and to remind you that over here we do say that your opinion counts. Thank you so much for finding time to join us. I want to wish you a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening, a blessed night from wherever you're watching. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you again tomorrow.